Oh, that's a strong mindset then, Ahmed, because not everyone can do that. Like I always feel like the people that say that and actually live by it, it takes a very strong personality because life happens and failures. And like you said, maybe you expected it to happen or there's a lot of setbacks for you being able to develop and do what you want to do with artists. But that persistency, that is a strong mindset for sure.
You're right, but I think it's achievable. Like it's a mentality as well, you know?
Yeah.
And as I told you, it's like my upbringing, seeing some stuff in life on a very like earlier age can tell you, okay, like what's the point of living if you're not trying to do what you know,
what
like
you want to do,
you can go at any minute. You know what I mean?
Life is short. Yeah.
Life is short. You don't know that.
Let's Talk DXB. Real conversations by real people.
Ahmed, thank you so much for joining me on Let's Talk DXB.
Thank you very much, Sharon.
Welcome. I'm very excited.
It's a pleasure. I'm excited likewise, honestly.
It's going to be a good conversation. So I'm going into my emails on a Sunday evening and I see this email pop up and you'd watched
Who's
one of
this
the...
guy?
Yeah, I'm like, who is this? But I mean, it's great. I think that's what I love about Let's Talk DXB because it allows me to collaborate with so many different people as well that I haven't come across before.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate you reaching out.
To be honest, like when I've seen your podcast and the way you carried the conversations and the people that you brought, I was like, this is going to be an interesting conversation. So why not just reach out?
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Here we are.
Make it happen. Yeah.
So thank you for that as well.
No, you're welcome. Yeah. So your profile is very impressive if we're thinking about the music industry and creative. So when I read your email, you helped to establish Def Jam in the region, Universal Music Group, Believe Music. So a very extensive experience.
Thank you.
And we always have to start from the beginning. So I always like to learn more about the person in front of me. Obviously, we had a 15-minute chat and I was like, this is a conversation for sure.
It was packed.
It was packed within 15 minutes. So yeah, I'm glad we were able to do this.
Yeah.
So let me learn a bit more about you and your background and where your love for music came from.
Sure. So I'm actually mixed. Born and raised in Libya.
Okay.
Morocco.
Yep.
So that's where my family come from. I've also lived in Italy as well.
Ah, okay.
So I got this diversity
in
my life.
Yep.
And that's where music started, because it's different cultures and, so you get to be able to see different lifestyles, different, and that's through music as well, you know? And that's the only language that people don't need to understand as long as they're feeling it.
Yeah, exactly.
So that how it started with me as a music. But my upbringing was basically in Libya first. Right. And that's where I started mostly trying just to get myself to know what kind of music I like.
Yes.
You know, what speaks to me more.
Yep.
And that started with hip hop.
Okay.
Right? Because it's like it gives you that rebel mentality.
Lots of energy as well to it. Yeah,
and it's a lot of expressing, you know. And I'm I like to express myself, so I found that, and it started all with like artists like Big Daddy Kane, Rakim, Tupac.
Yes, yep.
You know, and the time where I started taking music kind of seriously, or let's say right before that, there was like the revolution going on in Libya.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's a war. So people fight.
Yep.
Guns, people die.
Yeah.
And of course, that's sad. Right. And I was thinking, there are many other ways to fight.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
And use as weapon.
Yep.
And that's music, for example.
Yeah.
You know? Just like the same with acting, art in general.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, let me try my best to combine all these people who are artists and just try to get ourselves locked in and write about it, express about it. You know, and try to also help other people to relate to it, to kind of like feel, you know, because music makes you feel things. So if you feel it and you really believe in it, you're going to be like, we should calm down, we should stop. So with all the work going on, I was active with that, and from there was this motivation behind it because it worked.
Fantastic.
It got people like attracted to it, and I was like, okay, even though you get some problems and you face some challenges that comes with it, but it worked, and it made me understand that music is the way to go, at least for my life and the way I see it. So that's probably like how did it start?
Yeah, from a really authentic place as well, and a difficult time. I mean, obviously, growing up in that season is never easy. You know, anytime I come across artists, I like music. For me, is healing. Like, it's expression, it's healing. It goes beyond just like I'm a performer, but it actually has so much meaning. True artists, it has so much meaning to them. So I can definitely see how during that time you lent into that passion as well.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, there are some people in your family that die in this. You got friends, you got neighbors. So what heals you, at least for me, it was music. So definitely a healing.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So that's how it started. That's how Ahmed starts his journey when it comes into like the music industry.
Yeah.
And then from Libya, Morocco, how did you transcend into like Dubai and start establishing these big global companies like Def Jam here in the region? Yeah.
So it all started, I started in Morocco basically at first, kind of like independent.
Yeah.
You know, just trying to, I always had those artists from their beginnings, you know, like I used to have a recording studio, like a small one.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, okay.
So I tried to always get these artists and make projects. You know what I mean? Like I would start to artistically direct, try to produce. So I was like using my hands on the music basically. So, you know, from there, it grows, right?
Yeah.
And that's where Believe came in at some point, which is a distribution company.
Yeah.
And they was new.
Okay.
And, you know, they see the process of it. They see the results.
Correct.
So when I was like approached by them, their vision was to actually, we want to establish ourselves because we see many artists that they're doing some
great things. Yeah.
And mind you, this is even before like Spotify is a thing or whatever. Yeah, because it's a bit late.
Yeah.
In the MENA region, it's always catching up.
Yeah, got it.
You know?
Yep.
I think now is being better at catching up,
For
like
sure.
faster.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
5-6 years ago,
wasn't the case.
It wasn't the case.
Yeah.
So yeah, I started with Believe.
Okay. Yeah.
And it was successful. We worked with many artists, developed them.
Yep.
Some of them right now, they are on the top list.
Amazing.
So yeah, that was great. And after 2 years with Believe, it felt like it's right to, it's an industry and you have to have different companies, so everybody can get
benefit from like the variety and the options. Yeah.
And that's where the chance came in with Universal Music.
Right, got
it. And they were based here in Dubai. But before that, I already came to Dubai and checked it and tried to do my network, trying to see like, is there studios, artists?
The opportunities,
yeah. So I understood. Once I came in Dubai, I was like, okay, there is a lot to be done here. You know? And I put it in my mind and I was like, I'm definitely coming back.
Amazing.
So I came back and it all started with Universal as a professional industry. And we worked here in Dubai for the Middle East.
Okay.
And also we opened an office in North Africa.
Oh, fantastic.
So it's like,
for you, yes.
So you get both of the whole region basically. And after a while, Def Jam.
Yeah.
Def Jam, because Def Jam is...
Well, it's Def Jam.
Listen, when I was a kid, you think about the greatest artists, and Def Jam is the home of hip hop, basically.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
We can start with Jay-Z and we can finish with everybody else.
Everyone else,
I'm not gonna start naming names.
The name alone is enough. Yeah.
So that opportunity when it came, to be honest, I had to go with it because it's like, this is history.
Yeah, exactly.
Def Jam in Africa.
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You know. So I started with that as well. We worked with them as well. Like it's always the same work, just different experiences, different levels to it.
Yeah.
So from signing artists, from helping them artistically, education as well.
Yes.
And working on, for example, right now the trend is the streaming platforms.
Yeah, it's
the
massive,
DSPs, right?
Correct.
Spotify. So you have to keep up with that.
Yes,
You know, you're not just gonna release on YouTube and expect yourself to be.
You have to go on the platforms where your music and your creativity will be seen.
And they always felt like it's the easiest way to do it, just go on YouTube.
Yeah. You know? Yeah.
So I would say it was good at some point, but that's like you have to keep up with the technology in general.
Yes, yeah, it
so
evolves.
I think that's the main reason, but also it's a responsibility for the artist and mostly for the industry, like for the companies.
Correct.
Because that's the point.
Yep.
You know,
correct. Yeah.
if you really want to make a good artist and you want to have it a successful, because, you know, like, let's be real, for the music companies, it's always on a business level as well.
Correct,
It's
yeah.
not just artistic.
Yep.
Like, if you are a good artist, but they don't see money in you.
Can we sell? Are you commercial? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I'm not with that. All right.
You're
And
passionate about the art. Like I can tell, like your core is like the creativity and the talent of that artist for sure.
Absolutely, yeah.
Got it. Okay, yeah.
And that's part of like why me being in different places and moving. You know, once I feel like, okay, this is becoming more business than just art.
Got it.
Sorry, I'm gonna switch.
So that's interesting actually, because you know, a lot of times, like at the end of the day, a lot of people are thinking about the business mind, the money that can be made, particularly in the music industry as well. Keeping true to why you started and being authentic can be quite hard. Like you can lose yourself quite easily. So how do you actually, the bravery to do that and be like, yeah, this is not aligned to my purpose or my passion anymore. I'm gone. That's quite hard to do. A lot of people stay with
very good question.
the safety net.
Yeah, but let's go back at the beginning of this conversation. I said that hip hop makes you like a rebel.
Ah, wow. Okay.
You know what I mean? So when you're a rebel and you have that mindset, you really don't. You don't really care about that because that's gonna come.
Right.
Anyways.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. So you have to do something that speaks to you. That's one. Two.
Yeah.
Imagine this scenario. I'm this guy who does, for example, A&R, right?
Okay.
I'm the one who brings artists.
Yeah.
I'm the one who signs them.
Yeah.
I'm the one responsible for their music.
Yeah.
And I have to make sure that they're doing their best on it, right?
True. Okay.
All right. So let's say this artist is doing everything I'm asking for them.
Right.
And I'm taking to the studios, to these events, everything, connecting them with other artists, collaborations. And I see them do the effort, right? But there are some other things that are not working for them. And that's not their responsibility.
Correct.
Their responsibility is to take care of their music and bring it to
And
the
create.
label. Yes, so the label can do the rest.
Got it.
Because they did everything.
Yes.
So that's a challenge, right? And who's going to be blamed?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, right?
Okay.
And that's not good.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
As reputation in general.
Yes. Yeah.
For like, let's start with the labels at first, you know? So I take that very seriously.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there are hundreds or thousands of labels in the world.
Yeah.
And I've never thought of like, we will have this. And right now we do have, and just myself, I've been part of like 4 to 5. So it's coming, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's interesting because obviously I've been here for, I'm a consumer of music and end user. So being in Dubai for 10 years, we were talking like off camera, Soul DX Beat, these big like music events that they're hosting now in Dubai. And the art, like when you told me the lineup, I was like, they got this person. It wasn't happening before. When I first came, very rarely, particularly in the hip hop, you know, R&B hip hop industry, I wasn't seeing like artists like that being flown over or even the appetite for it. But I think that community has grown massively in Dubai. But it'd be good to know, like, what do you think? Like, what have you seen over the years when we think about the music industry?
I'm very happy about what's going on in Dubai right now.
Yeah.
First off, a big shout out to the Soul DXB team. They have done amazing work. You know, like I think they are very crucial to what's going on in Dubai in terms of music.
Correct.
You know, also fashion.
Yeah.
Because they support also the local brands.
Correct.
And not just from Dubai.
Yeah.
They bring them all from the Middle East.
Fantastic.
So they're crucial. And mind you, it's not just about hip hop. It's music in general.
Correct.
And it's like even nowadays, hip hop is not just rap.
Yes.
It's music. It's melodies. It could be mixed with pop. It could be
changed a lot, hasn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. So that's the great thing about it. In Dubai, you have many diverse artists, right? And very unique, by the way.
Yep.
Like they mix this whatever they're from. They use their traditional sounds and instruments, and they mix it with this modern music.
I love. Yeah.
So you go everywhere, you see different. I was in Soul DXB, and every time I meet an artist, And I'm like, okay, like, show me what you got.
Yeah.
Let me listen. And the music is crazy.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I see them being very active.
Yep.
But they're not there like on like they're not that famous,
Right,
or they're
got
not
it.
getting
Yes.
what they're supposed to get.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
what Soul Dixby is doing in other places as well here in Dubai, it's in the process.
Yeah,
That's what I
okay.
believe. It's like a process. It's cool. We don't have to stress about like how fast, but it's working.
Yeah, I mean,
It's working.
I think like you said, because the exposure is given to local artists alone, and then
Yeah.
obviously bringing the international guys as well, the opportunities, but being able to mix the two, it's fantastic. But that's come like, again, like I haven't seen it like this. When I first came, it definitely was not there. But it's exciting to see how Dubai is accepting of like more of the hip hop culture, R&B culture as well. The acts that they're bringing in, it's crazy.
What I can say, I'm actually, I didn't think that would happen when my first time coming here.
Why'd you say that? Yeah.
Yeah, because it just changed, and you know the progress was so fast.
Yeah.
To be honest with
Yeah.
you, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that when I came here the first time, it was the amount of people into it.
Yeah.
Not that much.
Very small. Very small.
very
That's why we wasn't hearing the music as much, because there wasn't a big community for it, I think, when I first came anyway. Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
And I think also recently, just like, as you said, from last 10 years to now, many people came to Dubai to live.
Yeah.
You know?
So the dynamics, the audience has changed as well. As a producer as well, what does your role look like?
I would say the first thing is how to try to keep it authentic.
Yeah. Which must be hard, because it's a business there's so much money in music. How do you keep that authenticity without losing that? Yeah.
That's a very, very good question. It's a little bit, so I would say that even as executive producer for other artists, you have to understand that it's different artists, and it's different personas, it's different characters, it's different lifestyles. So you have to know how to take all of that and try to mix it.
That's a skill.
I mean, it takes time.
Yeah.
It takes time. It takes a lot of like mistakes, and you know, you fail a lot.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like, okay, it's now you have to work in it. And so you have to take all of that and try to put it in your mind and try to see like, okay, how can this type of person as an artist?
Yep.
Because people say like, okay, my name is AKA, but my real name is this. So my real name is another person.
Correct.
It's not true.
Oh, really?
It's not true. It's the same person. I don't believe in that. I think it's a bit.
I wanted to ask you about that. This like alter ego and like, well, you work with these artists. Yeah. Got it. Okay.
It's the same. That's the artist. That what makes you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Basically.
That's true. Yep.
You know, you got some artists that sometimes they say things that they're not necessarily living.
Right.
But it could be in their mind that it relates to other people in their lives.
And the story, or the other people's stories that they've seen.
Exactly.
Got it. Yeah. Okay.
So that's one. I would say also having that authenticity comes with time.
Correct.
So also the challenge of artists feeling a bit like scared that, oh, my time is now.
No,
your time maybe is not
it's
now.
Not now. Right.
Your time now, you should be working on your art.
Got it. Yeah.
You know, so you got a lot of artists stressing, okay, my next release should be the one.
And it doesn't have.
Yeah. And if you want your next release to be the hit song, you should be disciplined. You know?
Yep.
Like I can name many artists. Like for example, there is this artist, Ross.
Yep.
This artist used to release a song every week.
A song a week?
Yes. So 4 songs a month, sometimes 5 songs.
What?
I promise you, it's still out there. And he used to do it on SoundCloud.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And he used to do that, and he didn't really care about like
blowing up or following or anything like that.
He was just doing it.
Just for the love of music then. I mean, that's him genuinely being passionate about it.
And out of nowhere, he's like international right now.
Really?
He's doing arenas with Ed Sheeran, by the way.
No way.
Yeah, it's big.
Do you know, I'm going to touch on that because I think one thing about success is definitely around discipline. And I think also being consistent with it. And I think the music industry, because you have to grind, like you said, some people overnight, they go viral and, they might be one hit wonders or it starts their career.
Right.
Some people have been grinding maybe for 5 years and nobody knows about them, but they're consistently putting out their music and they've got the self-belief.
Right.
So, but I think even for you, you must have that as well. I mean, you work with a lot of artists and just for you wanting to build out the culture and bring it to the region, that must have taken a lot of self-belief, discipline and persistence.
A lot. And a lot of difficult times as well.
Yeah.
Because I cannot even remember how many times I felt like down about it. Like I felt like this is not gonna work.
Got it. Yeah.
Am I really in my illusion?
Yeah.
But every time I think of that, I come back because my favorite artist is J. Cole.
Okay, yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So I relate
a lot
to everything that he sings about, raps about.
Yeah.
And he says something that if you don't live and if you don't put yourself in that illusion of yours, it can never happen.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you have to be delusional, you have to be outside the world thinking like that.
Yeah, got it.
So it can happen.
Oh, that's a strong mindset then, Ahmed, because not everyone can do that. Like I always feel like the people that say that and actually live by it, it takes a very strong personality because life happens and failures. And like you said, maybe you expected it to happen or there's a lot of setbacks for you being able to develop and do what you want to do with artists. But that persistency, that is a strong mindset for sure.
You're right, but I think it's achievable. Like it's a mentality as well,
Yeah.
And as I told you, it's like my upbringing, seeing some stuff in life on a very earlier age can tell you, okay, what's the point of living if you're not trying to do what you
you want to do? Yeah,
you can go at any minute. You know what I mean?
Life is short. Yeah.
Life is short. You don't know that. So for how much you're going to start overthinking, time goes, you feel old, you feel like lazy to do anything, and you're going to regret it. So you might as well just let it go. Be delusional, be crazy about it. Like if it's your passion, it's what you want.
Go for it.
If you keep saying, nah, I'm not going to make it, that frustration comes and goes though. And you don't need motivation to do it.
Correct.
You need, as you said, discipline.
Yeah, the discipline.
So.
But as a producer, that's great because you would have worked with a lot of artists that maybe they want to give up. Like having someone like you being able to support them in their career and their creativity is so important because I think you always need that voice or that accountability, particularly if you see someone very talented. Because I think if I was in the music industry, that grind, it's not for everyone. It's not for everybody because it's a big industry and everyone's trying to make it from what I'm getting. So to be that spark that keeps on going, it's impressive.
Yeah, but I mean, yourself, you're in your own industry and it's you understand that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it's at the end of the day, all you want is to try your best and to give your best to those people so they can bring the best out of themselves.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it's not.
True.
I'm not telling you that every single artist I work with, they continued.
Yeah.
Or they're somewhere bigger now. Yes, there are, but some of them not.
Yeah.
And
that's the nature of it.
There's a limit for that.
Yeah, makes sense.
So,
and where do you see the industry going now? Like, obviously, you're very much embedded into it. Where do you see the future of the music industry in terms of in this region as well? Like, what do you think that looks like?
So, right now, one of the companies that I believe they are the most advanced technologically, and they try to help establish labels, because that's something we're missing. Like when we say labels, we're talking about UMG, BMG, talking about Believe as a distributor. We're talking about these major labels.
Yeah, got it.
But we are forgetting about the local labels, the ones that really gonna shape the real industry.
Yeah.
So right now, it's not even a full industry yet.
Right.
It's in the process, right?
Okay.
So there is this company called Revelator,
right? Okay.
Which is basically it's a distributor.
Yeah.
It's also supports the Web3.
Ah, okay.
The NFTs and which is the future, by the way.
NFTs?
Yeah, it's the future of the music.
Whoa.
It's like we started with Web 1. Right now we are in Web 2, which is Spotify and digital streamings. The next one is Web 3.
My
it's
gosh.
coming. It's
I'm not
coming.
anywhere near
just like the AI, everything. Yeah, it's technology.
Amazing.
So they do that already ahead.
Okay.
And thankfully we established that now in the MENA region as well.
Okay.
So it's originally coming from the US.
Yeah.
And right now they're here.
Fantastic.
And I represent them to try to bring these labels because the service that they do is to give those labels a full structure to work with.
Oh, fantastic.
So when you get that service,
yeah,
you don't have to worry about like, okay, how I'm gonna split this, how I'm gonna like have a schedule, how I'm gonna like release,
the
how
formalities.
You have everything set for you. So you just have to record music for your artist, right?
Oh, wow.
So I believe the music industry is going in that direction.
Okay.
You know?
Yep.
And we need more local labels to, you know, kind of feel like positive.
Yeah. Yeah.
And try just to make the step. So I would say in general, from let's say 5 years to 10 years from now, it's gonna be amazing what's gonna be happening here in the whole region, like from Middle East and North Africa. And Dubai is gonna be that place, that home of it.
Yeah, I can imagine. But they're doing so well already. I feel like in entertainment anyway in Dubai, though, it's endless. Depending,
it's busy.
Yeah, it's busy. there's always something to do. There's always entertainment. So I feel like it's definitely that hub and it's thriving for sure. So it's a great place to be if you're creative. I think it's fantastic what's going on as well.
Nah, definitely. If you're creative, you're gonna make it.
Yeah.
You just have to put yourself in the right places.
Yes.
You know, you have to also like, you know, try to reach out to people as well.
Your network. Yeah, you know? For sure. But I always feel like I'm not in, obviously, the music industry, but the voices that I hear in terms of breaking into the industry, building your network, it can be quite difficult or it's quite close or quite competitive. Like everyone's kind of out for themselves. But I don't know, you're in that. Are you seeing that or is it more collaborative?
All right, I'm gonna answer this in a different way. All right. So to everybody watching this podcast, I wanted people to see you, observe you,
right?
The way you communicate with people, and the way you're social,
yes,
and they do the same. So, meaning it's not that difficult,
right?
It's okay. Like, don't feel, oh, this person is gonna reject me. Oh, this person is not gonna answer to my email. Just go out there, just talk, and be like.
Yeah.
As welcoming as you can be.
Correct.
And people gonna talk to you.
Yeah.
And the more you grow that,
yep,
you're gonna also have people come reach out to you.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, yeah.
And you're gonna have to put that in mind and respond to them as well.
You're right, actually.
You know? So I think it's a balance.
That's good advice. Yeah, that is good advice. But do you think, I think it's the rejection piece. You know, a lot of people don't do this stuff because they're like, they're just going to reject me. It's the fear of rejection, I think, that stops people.
It's fine. It's part of success is rejection. You know,
that's true. Yeah.
Like you're going to be rejected more than
accepted. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because those times that you're going to be accepted, you probably don't even care anymore about rejection.
True. Yeah.
Right?
It's the acceptance that you wanted or you've been working hard for. Yeah, that's
depends
true.
how much you want it, honestly.
Yeah. It's the hunger.
Yeah.
I think the industry, you have to be hungry as well because it's not for the faint-hearted. Yeah.
But hunger and love at the same time, like you have to mix that because sometimes if you get over ambitious, let's say, it will affect you.
In terms of your passion and your reason for why, you've seen that happen. I'm guessing quite a few times.
A lot. And it didn't work well for some artists as well, or for music execs as well.
Okay, yeah, because obviously there's a lot of money to be made, so you can lose yourself quite quickly. Like if you're successful, your true passion, your calling, your reason, or maybe even the type of creativity or music you're doing, it dilutes, and you're just thinking about what's going to make me the most money.
True.
But you stop enjoying it, I guess.
You know, like we have many artists through the past years saying that same thing. Like, if you start doing that for the money, you're gonna lose the art.
Yeah, true.
And let's say how many artists they got like bad ending for their career.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
And they have so much money.
Yeah.
But they're still very depressed.
Yeah, they're not happy.
So tell me what that money is going to do to you.
You're right, yeah.
So I think that's a mentality that is part of the education in this whole industry as well. You have to educate that. You have to like tell people, listen, just work on your art.
Yes.
And trust me, money is gonna come.
I like that saying, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think you do when you do what you're passionate about and what you're called to do, you figure it out. You figure it out eventually, and you then turn it into something successful. Yeah, I think you're right, actually.
True. I believe in it. I believe in it.
Yeah, I'm
highly.
feeling this energy, Ahmed. Yeah, it's encouraging. It's encouraging. So if someone wants to get into the industry, like what kind of tips would you give? Because there's so many talented artists out there. Either they don't know where to start or networking isn't their thing. Like maybe what would be the 5 kind of things that they should really think about, practical steps to build their career?
All right. I would say have a vision, basically, you know? I'm not going to be like so deep into it because it's, trust me, it's very simple.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
It's just about like go all the way in it.
Yep.
So have a vision, like set up a vision for yourself.
Okay.
Like what is the amount of success you think that is going to make you like, okay, I'm established now. I'm comfortable.
Even start with that. Yeah, good. Yeah, okay.
That's the beginning.
You need to know what you're working towards.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
yes, yeah.
So if you start with that, you're going to be like clear about, okay, what should I do?
Yeah, okay.
Second one, I would say that, you know, when you go to the gym, right? People expect in a month or 2, they're going to have that body and right now you're good, right? And you're so healthy and you're so like, but it's wrong. It's going to take you more than that, right? But there is at some point, you're going to develop that. So it's the same for music. It's a practice. You have to always like explore yourself. You have to try. You have to work. You have to write songs that they're never going to make it. But get used to it.
Your talent.
You know, like sharpen your pen.
Yes.
Learn about the production. What really speaks to you.
Okay.
Don't just go and look at an artist and you like that song, so you want to make the same.
Okay.
And many artists do that.
Oh, so they just copy kind of like, this person sounds good, I'm just going to mimic. But it's not authentic.
This is why you have I don't know if you know about this, but there's this big thing on YouTube. It's called type beats.
No, I don't know,
so
actually.
It's a type beat. For example, if you like Drake and you want to make a song like Drake, you're just going to say Drake type beat.
No.
On YouTube. Yeah. You have that. And there's also like, it's true.
Okay.
And there's also a whole like group of artists that they know and they call them the type beat artists.
Really?
That means that they're just trying to take from other artists, you know, similar production, and they end up doing the similar thing. So, okay, maybe that works, but is it really?
It's not original
still
to
called
you.
The type beat.
Yeah, exactly. You know? Yeah.
So I would say like just discover. It's okay to have inspiration, by the way.
Yes, of
course.
You
should. Yeah. You should actually. Okay, let's say you love 3 artists.
Yeah.
And the 3 of them can inspire you. Yeah. That's good.
But you learn from them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But don't like copy and paste. So I would say that.
Okay, that's good.
Third thing, I would definitely talk about being real.
Yeah.
Being real. Like being real with the whole, like your vision. Like don't aim for what you know is not possible right now.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yes.
Don't aim for that.
Yeah.
Like, yes, put it in your mind and you set it up in your vision, but you got steps. So be real with those steps.
The baby steps.
You have, exactly. So every step is important.
Got it. Yep.
You know, and you have to be real with yourself as well.
Yeah.
Never let the ego, the people gas you up and all of that, and you feel like
I've made it.
I'm the greatest, and you start talking different.
Yes. Yep.
You know? So be real to yourself. Be real to the people that believed in you at first.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So if you being real, people are gonna love you or love the art that you do
because it's authentic. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you have that love like that, genuine love, then you never have to worry about like, because you're always gonna have solid people behind you.
Correct. Yeah.
And when you have that, you're good.
This is so important. Like I literally just did a discussion. Her name's Hayley. She's a public speaker, but we talk about authenticity. Yeah. So kind of how her career has shot up. Like she travels the world, she motivates, she publishes, but she's like, my foundations are friends that I've had for 15 years. The people that would humble me, you know, like maybe, yes, I'm here, I'm flying to Dubai, I'm speaking, but they'll still remind me of those humble beginnings. And I keep very authentic in my storytelling because it starts from there. So it's very easy to lose yourself. You know, your followings go up, people are, you know, gassing you up, but it's so important to stay true to the core. So that's a really good tip.
Yeah, it's very easy.
Yeah.
And I would also say like, so I gave 3. I would also like to adapt to the
of course.
situation that is going on right now.
Yep.
You also have to be collaborative.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
You have to be open to collaborate with artists, with anybody that can add up to you, but you also can add up to them as well.
Correct. Yeah.
So you have to collaborate and search for people that could be in a better situation.
Yeah.
And you also have to reach out to the people or respond to the people that they are in a less.
Right.
You know?
This was a question I had.
So I see a lot of people don't do that.
No. I was going to say the industry seems quite competitive, and it seems like people, I'm not generalizing a bit, but everyone's out for themselves, and that whole collaboration piece, or unless you're like up there and I want to like piggyback off your profile or your following or, how big you've made it. But the people at the bottom, I don't know if they get much love as well in terms of collaboration.
Yeah, you just got to be inspired. I can just name 2 artists now. And for example, Jay-Z never done a collaboration verse to give it to somebody and got paid. Let's talk to Jay-Z.
Really?
He never got paid. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He said it
Didn't know that. Really?
He said it himself.
Wow.
J. Cole as well.
Yeah.
And people thought J. Cole was getting paid like $250,000 per verse. It never happened. Those
not
are
paid?
Like never. Because they collaborate with love.
Yes.
Like, okay, like let's make this song. It's art. It's gonna speak to people,
Yeah.
So if you don't think about the money and you be out there and be responsive, trust me, it's even gonna be good to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Because the passion is there. You're working through passion first.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what I don't get is how come you want the bigger artist to respond to you?
Yes.
But you're not ready to respond to the younger artist.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
So it's
important.
Circle around. Yeah.
But you see much of that collaboration in the industry? Like from the artists that you work with, or is that still a challenge?
It's still a challenge.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's still a challenge because there have been so many times that, you got artists reaching out to me telling me like, you want to work with this guy.
Right.
And if I have like a connection with them, like I will still put them in the same room.
Right.
And I have done that like many, many times.
Right. Okay.
And many times didn't work.
Right.
Because like between them, there might be the ego thing, whatever, competition. Oh, this verse is better than mine. I'm just going to cancel it.
Yep.
So it's a challenge still.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Because they have to be outside of that mindset.
Yeah. I feel like, in terms of being humble in this industry, it can be difficult, right? Because obviously it's big, it's flashy, there's money around it as well. So you could lose yourself quite easily in terms of the core of what it is about. So that must be interesting, the types of personalities that you have to work with.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Nice.
It takes a special person.
I mean, what can I say? Like, I chose this, so I'm ready. I'm ready for everything that comes with it. You know, it's not like people also imagine that music is it's like that means you live in that life and you're also happy.
Yeah.
Always happy and you're having fun all the time. It's not true. It's not true.
Yeah.
It's not true. If you want to really make it the right way, it's never true. No.
And I like how you say that, because if we touch on like externally, social media, these artists that have made it, their lifestyle seems great, they're partying, they're doing all of the flashy stuff, but at least you've kept it quite real in terms of like the grind that goes into it. And what's seen on social media might not actually be the case of, how much they're earning or what they're doing behind closed doors to get there. Yeah, because people forget that.
Yeah, but I guess that's what they want to see. I feel like
that's true.
That's what they want to see. And I don't really know, like, to keep it real with you, like all these flashy things that, for example, we see artists do, it's rent, mostly. It starts
heard
with
that. Actually. Yeah, I've heard it's not,
I've seen that, like, many, just so.
Don't believe the hype necessarily.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a brand. They want to call it a brand.
Yeah.
Which is fine as part of marketing. But me personally, I'm not into it, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Because you see like big artists that they're really authentic and they can have the best budget to make the best music video, but they try to keep it simple.
Yeah.
So...
Because they want the music to speak. Yeah, exactly. That makes sense. Yeah.
So yeah, people should should not really focus on that part.
Don't fall for the likes and the social media followings always.
No, never.
I think you're right. I think it's obviously a persona, right? Because it's marketing, it's the image that they want to portray. Yeah. They know that this is what people will sell into. So sometimes you have to be smart with what it looks like. But I think it's, again, them being true to themselves and the reason why they're creating in this way, whether it's music, you know, art, whatever it may be. I think that's the main thing within the industry. Trying to remain humble can be quite hard. Yeah.
But I mean, it's you in the end of the day. It all comes back to who are you.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to wear different personas, but you're going to forget about yourself at the end of the day. So it's a risky business as well.
Yeah.
You know, it's important to keep it, because if you really want to do your passion and you want to live off of it, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So you have to be real to yourself.
Yeah.
And never change. And being humble is never like, I don't know, like some people think it's a bad thing,
or weakness.
Or a weakness, or people take advantage of you. You know what I mean? Honestly, I don't really focus on that part.
Right, okay.
You know, try to be as humble as you can.
Yeah.
And even if somebody took advantage of you, just let go.
And you learn from it, because I think that's life, right? Like with humility, it doesn't mean that you have to be a pushover, but you just stay true to yourself. You don't lose yourself. And then you learn from different personalities. I mean, you would come across different personalities in the music industry. Yeah. It's lessons to know how to deal with that person or be smarter when you come across that personality again.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I think it's important.
And you learn from it.
Yeah. You
learn from it, so you can still be humble.
Yeah.
But you're gonna know what type of people I should be humble with.
Correct.
For example, you know, if this person is gonna take advantage of me, I don't have to show a different character or whatever. Just
100%.
Just leave, just go. You know,
you move away from that. So, I mean, this conversation, do you know,
it's
from
really
the beginning, if we're talking from like the beginning, like the start of your upbringing to now, I just love how that journey has carried you through, and like you haven't lost your passion or your reasoning behind it. Like working with all of these big companies is quite easy to get sucked into the brand names, to the big artists. But I can see you're still true to where the roots of your love for music came from, how it was your healing during the times when you were growing up, to really wanting to help artists progress. Like you don't see that a lot in the industry.
Well, thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
You know, it really means a lot, to be honest with you. But I try my best. I try my best to keep it, you know, as real as it could be, honestly. Like, again, I'm not here for the money of it.
Yes.
And I know for certain there are many other people and upcoming artists and aspiring artists that they're here for the love of it.
They're genuine.
So I would love to meet those people.
Yes.
And I've met before, but I would love to see it growing.
Correct.
Especially right now in the MENA region. It's like, that's the best way to come, to join.
Yes.
You know, and I want to take the chance to say that just reach out.
Yeah.
If you are an aspiring artist, reach out.
That's great.
You know, try your best. Like, try to find an email. You couldn't find an email, send a DM.
Just something.
Twitter, just,
you
know, like
way.
ask somebody who knows, whatever. Like, it's going to come to your way, you know, because this is the best time.
It's such good advice.
And also I feel like I'm in this middle between the new generation and the older generation.
Correct.
So I have to like carry on with that, you know, and pass it to the whoever wants to do the same. Yes. You know?
So. You're definitely acting out of passion and purpose, because it's not an easy industry to be in, and you'd come across a lot of different personalities that can be challenging, but staying true to yourself and being willing to support others. I don't even think music industry, but it can be quite difficult in life. You know, everyone's quite competitive. They're trying to think about their own households, their own income. You know, people can quite easily forget about being giving or helping others. But it's great that you've kept that throughout your journey.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
One more thing, you remind me of something. Please, never think that you should never invest. Like, spend money. If you're an upcoming artist, spend money. It's okay, because you mentioned like the business of it and the money. So you should spend, you should invest. You should really invest.
What does that look like then when you say that? That's a good point, actually, because some artists don't think about it in that way. So when you're saying spend, like, what does that look like?
It's risky. You know, like there are places sometimes like you don't even get to eat, and you have to sacrifice that to add it up to your next lunch, and add that up so you can have, let's say, a studio session. So you can have like a beat to buy it. So it comes with struggle. It does.
You have to really want to do this then, because my heart was just like, what? That's not easy.
Yeah. And you have to like keep up with what's going on in life. Like you have to spend, it's like, you know, that's the side of marketing.
Yes.
And music, that's 50%
You're right.
of the whole content to reach. And the other 50% is music, marketing.
You need to spend there. Yeah.
Yeah. Or try your best to present your music to somebody who can
help you get that exposure. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Which I can see it happens.
Right.
You know, like
okay.
It's happening.
Yeah. That's good, because I think in general, self-investment is important. You know, when people like, even Let's Talk, for example, it's resourced by me, you know, at the moment, but it's something I'm so passionate about. I want people to feel like they've come into a professional studio, that I'm giving them the right.
Which is the case, by the way.
Yeah, so it's a great space.
Fabulous, everything,
But and everyone's like, oh, but I was like, yeah, it's an expense, but it's something that I love, and I want that person that's giving me their time to also feel like they're part of something that is well structured and professional, and they're giving me their time. So I really believe in that self-investment, and it will pay off, you know, along the line. I feel like you're completely right. That's good advice.
No, it's amazing. Honestly, it's amazing to be here.
Oh, thank you.
And I've also seen like some of the episodes before, and like I just love the way it is.
Yeah.
And let's have more people coming in here.
Yeah, I hope so.
They should support this because it's a very unique platform.
Thank you.
So thank you.
Well, thank you for your time. I know you're busy and you're going to fly out and fly back in. So thank you for taking this time to sit with me.
It was a lovely conversation.
Oh, it was easy. I could go on forever.
Let's have like
let's do
episode 2, you know.
We'll do it, yeah, for sure.
But thank you very much again.
Thank you
for
joining me.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah.
And peace to everybody.
Thank you.
Let's Talk DXB. Real conversations by real people.